There is no way on this earth this is a school. I'm gonna make sure that the audio is still recording because it may get a little bit choppy. I have no idea, man. How on earth is this a school? How? It looks practically like a prison. I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's, like, the windows is pretty much relegated, and it's just, like, blue brick walls, and it's supposed to be Júlio Pardo Couto? It's basically, it's a little hard to pronounce it because, mira, portuguese de mayoría, me disculpen, meninos. This boy here is Carlos, if I can actually read this from the article, okay? Carlos Texeira. I'm not sure his full name is, okay? He's a 13-year-old boy that is located, like, in a region outside of Sao Paolo, which is basically the largest city in all of Brazil. It's basically like the New York of Brazil. He basically died of bullying. And what you see here of bullying here is his back that looks like it's a little deformed. Because I'm thinking he had scoliosis, even though I gotta read more about the article. Basically how this happened, okay? Well, he got jumped on by some of his classmates. Two that were boys. I think they're supposed to be ages like 12? I gotta read more about this article here, okay? Because I was curious to read about this after finding out from Hayley, the one that talks about like TikTok trends and whatnot, because someone mentioned in the comments how to look up this boy. He was handicapped. You can see here in his wheelchair. And what's heartbreaking is that while he did have, well, I already mentioned that, he had cardiac arrest thrice in the hospital. And he died within a week later. I don't understand why this bullying stuff is okay. This is the short version, by the way, because I couldn't sleep and I dissed up a little bit. A 13-year-old teenager died after being hit and shoved by classmates at school. Carlos Texeira, Gomes, Ferreira, well, that's a long name, was hospitalized for a week but suffered 3 cardiac arrests on Tuesday. This is 16th of April. However, though, he did not survive. And the boy's father accused the school of ignoring the bullying his son that suffered, and now the Seville police are investigating this case. So it's located at, I can pronounce the name, a municipality, I guess that means like a county in Brazil standards, which is supposed to be like within outside of Brazil, okay? This on the southern coast. So basically on the ocean of Sao Paolo, like this whole thing here, like the county, and they got their own flag, okay? And man, for a city this large, I'm surprised they got a school that is ghetto. Okay? And as I read more about this, because I found out like the address of the school that I did show at the beginning here, it's Port Júlio Pardo Couto. It says Avenue Júlio Prestes de Albuquerque, 934, Nova Miriam, Praia Grande, SB, which means Sao Paulo, Brazil. By Lucas Silva. School cursed with the death of a child. Student Carlinos, I guess that maybe, I think that's how they call him actually, was brutally attacked by 7 other students. Okay, I was wrong. 2 students caused his death. The management connived at this and erased the recordings, which meant that the process did not go. I'm so sorry. It's difficult to do this. Also by virtuals. Bunch of bombs. You are scoundrels. A preacher was beaten. He didn't give a shit about it. Now the ones who are suffering are laughing in their faces. The Brazilian public education system is horrible. So basically, you want to find this in English, because this is not really like nationwide, right? This is only like by Brazilian news. So if I can switch back to the translator, because I'm reading about this from the article, and I will make sure to share the URL below. In videos shared on social media, students from the school in the Nova Miriam neighborhood of Praia Grande, it does look really ghetto. Honestly, I wish I could do more screenshots, but my map keeps freezing. Okay, this incident happened when these students jumped on him, on his back. That's why his back seemed like slanted in the bathroom at the school. The young man also suffers an attempted chokehold. Oh god, so that's what explains it. That's why he had cardiac arrest. So they must have really like hurt his throat, and I guess it must have affected his like airways. While other students laugh and shout at the situation. So basically, it's pretty graphic. You know, there's like no blood or anything involved. I've basically have viewed the video. It's really disturbing. It really is. Like, I think I should probably save the audio for the next part if you want to like hear about it. On the Global News and Instagram, this has 84,000 likes. That's a lot. So basically, a ton of Brazilians know about this. Of course, I'm not sure much outside of it, though. I mean, you gotta understand, Brazil is massive. It's like here in the United States, right? It's still like the Latino states of South America. Okay? When he got home, he complained to his family that he was feeling severe pain throughout his body. Quote, "When I breathe, it hurts," Carlos says, crying, because of the chokehold, right? In a video filmed by his father, Julius Fleming Gomes Nazara, the teacher, I thought he had like a different name, right? I guess he maybe, wait, let's see, Deon, his name is, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about this, I'm terrible at names. Okay, once again, Carlos Texeira, and then Gomes Villa Nazara. Man, I'm surprised in Brazil they have long names like this. Unless maybe it's from his mother's side that, or, God, I don't know how Brazil names work. But me desculpe, meninos. Okay? Filed a police report. The boy died just 2 days after his 13th birthday. So basically, he was still a 12-year-old when this incident happened. And according to information for the G1 website, the cause of the death is still under investigation. This has to be because of how, you know, the boys that bullied and jumped on him, like when they really chucked him, they must have really, really damaged his airways. Maybe that's why he got into cardiac arrest. And cardiac arrest, when it comes to symptoms of it, okay, if I can look this up on Google here, you have a loss of consciousness, you have heart palpitations, dizziness, chest pain, lightheadedness, basically you're feeling dizzy, and you feel that you wanted to throw up, and you have a shortness of breath. So basically, these boys practically murdered him. Okay? They practically did. And this really, like, I just had to skip parts of it here. We take the child to school, thinking that the child will study, that he or she will be safe. And in the end, look what happens. Limited the father who works as a doorman and valet. So that means I'm guessing he does his best to get by. I'm not sure what a job of a doorman is. But valet, though, like when you basically park people's cars, right? Basically, when I try to read more of this, because there were like 2 different articles, right? I'm trying to read more of this. This incident happened on the 19th of April. Okay? The 19th of April. So not that long ago. You know, it may seem like it, but it sounded like a year ago, like a half a year ago. It is not normal for a boy of this age, with his health in order, to die of pneumonia like this. Something caused this, and we will only understand it in the report, she said. The autopsy report is yet to be produced, and the document, or this document, should indicate what caused, I cannot pronounce that word, like you have bronchitis, right? Bronchopneumonia. The civil police reported that the tests are still being carried. So basically, to read more about this, okay? There was something really important that I have to read on. It was really important. Damn it, I gotta read somewhere else. If I remember reading about this, right? This boy, he didn't want to go to school, or he did want to go to school, right? Because he was the biggest boy, I think, in his school, or at least in his class for his age. And he wanted to protect his classmates that were getting picked on. It kind of reminds me of, it sounds familiar. What happened in Vegas, I think, of the 17-year-old got jumped by a ton of, it's totally racial discrimination. I don't want to call it too more in depth, right? It did happen in Vegas quite a bit a while ago. And because he wanted to protect one of his friends. I think it was at a cafeteria. And basically, when he got jumped on, he died. Right? That must have really beaten him to death. The video is really graphic. So basically, it was taking place in the bathroom. And apparently, none of the students cared to help. This is not how school should be, right? I mean, I still need to read more part of it. It's just hard, you know, since my MacBook doesn't function well and I had to plan all this in my head. It's shocking to me. It really is. I'll play a little bit of the audio for my Brazilian, my Portuguese speakers that may need to know about this. Let me just translate the first part.
E-mail revela a causa da morte de adolescente de 13 anos agredido por alunos em escola. Saiba detalhes. O Gloss, o Instituto Médico Legal, IML, divulgou, nesta sexta-feira 19, a causa da morte de Carlos Texeira Gomes Ferreira Nazara, adolescente de 13 anos que foi agredido por alunos da escola em que estudava em Praia Grande, litoral de São Paulo. Ele ficou internado por uma semana, mas não resistiu após sofrer 3 paradas cardiorrespiratórias. Segundo o atestado de óbito concluído pelo órgão, Carlos morreu em decorrência de uma broncopneumonia bilateral. O documento também mencionou uma celulite infecciosa, tipo de infecção bacteriana, no cotovelo do jovem. A advogada da família, Amanda Mesquita, disse que acredita que algo provocou pneumonia.
Okay, I just want to translate part of that because it's hard for me to like follow in Portuguese here, right? Because I only read a little bit of the language, right? It's basically what I've spoken about this in English. And oh yeah, I think I forgot to mention about this part. The family's lawyer, Amanda Mesquita, said she believes something caused the pneumonia. It has to be because of those boys, though. You know, because of how he was in a chokehold and that affected his airways. And I don't know, honestly. Maybe, like, it's unknown, but seriously, he got jumped on by these boys. I don't understand about the school at all. I don't. And if I can read back on the map, it's a really, really... Like, it's the neighborhood is so unsafe. It's so run down. I thought the high school I went to was a little bit, because, I mean, I grew up in, the high school I went to for, in my junior, senior year was Alhambra High School, right? Back then, it wasn't a great location because, you know, it's right in, like, it looked like it's in the projects, but it's not too bad. But for us, I guess it was kind of like that, right? But in Brazilian standards, it just looks dangerous. Like, literally. I mean, maybe it's because there's so many power lines. I don't know how the heck Brazil operates down here. Because there's supposed to be, like, a bike shop. It looks really nice. But the thing is, this place does not look safe. I mean, God, like, is this how some neighborhoods, or a lot of them in Brazil, look like? No wonder they have such a high crime rate. It's dangerous. Literally. It looks really dirty. It's just really run down. And it looks like a prison that these middle schoolers go to. It doesn't look that safe, right? It does not look that safe at all. Normally at a middle school, they're supposed to have like a playground, right? Because we're not talking about high schoolers here. We're talking about like middle schoolers, right? From like, what is it? Year 9 to year 12. I'm talking about like the ages, not the grades. It looked like a jungle back here. I'm trying to like look more at the school as I'm looking through the, oh my God, everything is so gated. It kind of freaks me out. Like, is this really how some Brazilian neighborhoods look like? Like, we don't have that out here in Phoenix. Even like in the most dangerous parts, we don't have like 6-foot gated gates. We don't. Like my Buddha, it's so run down. It's so run down. Like, is this how they go to school? I can see why they have like a rating of 1.9. This looks dangerous. It's a shame that in some parts of Brazil, it's like so poor looking. I do not. It doesn't look safe. I don't think I would like to go for walks out here. It doesn't look that pleasant. It doesn't. Like my Buddha. Honestly, I thought parts of Madagascar were poor, but darn it. But basically, that's what I was looking up in the school, and I'll share the name of the address and then the article in the description for any of you, especially my Brazilian viewers that may be curious of it. But reading about this again, it's really heartbreaking, right? I'm so sorry. I'm like looking at the maps while I'm talking about it. I don't know too much about this, but basically, the boy literally died of being jumped on. I'm trying to find the video again, though. I apologize that, like, Deon, you're just rambling, you're wasting time, because I'm trying to warm myself up. Plus, it's 5:41 in the morning, and it's the 6th of December on a Friday, so I'm trying to read more about this right now. But basically, that's how I found out about this. Copying and pasting his. So I thought I'd offer for this boy's family. This is not right. He's in middle school. I just don't get it. And I'm reading another article. It's called Metropolis, and somehow it says it was because of a lollipop. It says mother of a student killed in Sao Paolo. And also says here, Michelle de Lima Teixeira, that's the mother. I'm guessing it's some Brazilian names they put day on there. It's interesting. Like in Dutch names, they put Vaughn, right? Said her son did not want to change schools because he wanted to protect his younger friends from being bullied. Honestly. It's supposed to be like a photo of him crying. I should add that. I'll probably add that throughout the rest of the video. That is basically what this boy looks like. Okay? And basically, if I could read more about this. Okay, I'm so sorry, because I forgot there's like 3 pages. I'll try to bookmark them. So please pardon me for that. Okay? The mother of the dead teenager told the TV Global program Fantastico that her son reported a routine of aggressions inside the school. He told me that I couldn't go into the bathroom because whoever goes into the bathroom gets beaten up. I've seen videos about this, like on fight porn. Literally, it fucking happens. It does. And yeah, I should have read this part. She said that one of the attacks her son suffered happened in March because of a lollipop. Basically a sucker, right? The boy snatched it from his hand. The lollipop. Okay? And when he asked for it back. We're talking about Carlos here. When Carlos asked for the lollipop back. The boy punched him twice in the nose. Dragged him by the neck. And took him to the bathroom. Where they made that video. That's this cruel. And this is middle school? I'm shocked. And yes, there is a video. I'm not able to download it. But like, if you want me to do a part 2 of it. But like me, like, explaining of all this. Right? There's more of this, by the way. Okay? There's like a couple more in here. Okay? There's a little bit more for me to read of it. Not too much, but like, it'd be like a part 2. If any of you are curious. Okay? Because I'm not sure if people really will take this serious. And I try to click on the images, but for some odd reason won't let me. Because there's another one of him just taking like a smiling pose. So I forgot to share that. But you know what? This got to stop. As someone that has been bullied when I was his age. Okay? I know, because I think I was somewhat bullied by my teacher. Not like physically or anything, right? Maybe it's because I was just maybe being a little, I wasn't even interrupting. I was just communicating with, or you know, having a conversations with a couple of our classmates. And he said, Deon, right? He just, like, kind of pointed me the finger, want me to move my chair to, like, another, yeah, I just saw him at Starbucks years later, and you know what? What he did was dumb. I should have told him, like, why did you kind of bully me? But I know that I can speak up, okay? I was in middle school. What do you expect? Okay? 12. But, well, I was 13, technically. And I remember that I was in this, like, this group of 5 boys or 6 that gave me such an ugly look. And by the way, this, like, the whole classroom was like 22 students. It was pretty big. Okay? I just know it was like more than 20. They were paused. They looked like they wanted to beat me up. Which they didn't. But I cried in that day. And that's kind of when I started to develop self-harm habits. At that age. It was really difficult. It was. So I know how Carlos's tragic death felt. Because I know how it's like being bullied. Throughout the rest of my middle school years and high school. The first 2 years. Even though I was kind of bullied throughout high school, but not physically. Verbally, though, absolutely. This is not right. This is not right at all. Honestly. And after watching that Hayley's video of how she would call it that woman that was a bully in high school and telling that, oh, you need to basically accept that you're being bullied or else it makes you weak. You're like, screw you. Screw off. Okay? Honestly, you just kept back all the time. Okay? Plus, sometimes, like, building back doesn't solve anything. It doesn't. Honestly, that's just me. Maybe that's just how I grew up. But, this is not right.